This video shows you how the Warriors are making teams quit. Each of their 6 wins on this current streak have come by at least 13 points. The Warriors are resembling the pre-KD Warriors, and their cast of talent around the chef and the impending return of the NBA's all-time leader in single-game three-pointers made, Klay Thompson, has a lot to do with that. A lot could change given we're just over 10 games in, but from Steph's multiple 45-plus point games and 5 25-plus point games to go along with Jordan Poole's extra shot creation, Bielitsa aka Belly's bromance with Steph, and Draymond's DPOY impact, Golden State is looking fully equipped to go all the way in 2022. Stay tuned to see the advanced stats proving the Dubs' early domination. Before continuing, only 24.5% of you watching right now are subscribed, so please subscribe. Also leave a thumbs up on this video, it takes a few seconds and makes a massive difference. We're going to lead off with the Warriors' most pleasant surprise this season in the 15th man, Gary Payton II. The son of a 9-time All-Star and NBA legend, GP2 is an explosive leaper, but not only is he one of the best dunkers in the league right now, Gary's a mobile, multi-positional defender who has an extremely high IQ on both ends of the floor. Payton's averaging 1.3 steals per game in only 11.3 minutes, which is the 3rd best on the Dubs. Gary's movement away from the basketball, how he can find his way into the paint without the rock, followed by springy dunks once he catches the pass, makes him the perfect fit in the Warriors' off-ball screening, back-cut-heavy offensive system. Payton's value is evident with his hustle and timely baskets, but if you need anything else to prove how valuable he is to Golden State, the man ranks number 2 on the team in player efficiency rating, right behind Stephen Curry. This all comes after Gary barely made the roster, officially being signed to the 15th roster spot after the preseason less than a month ago. 2017's Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green was first team All-Defense in 2021, and he's continued that elite, top-of-the-league production in terms of his defense in 21-22. Draymond currently ranks number 1 among all power forwards in defensive rating. In that area as a team, the Warriors rank number 1, and those two stats just go to show you that the all-time great defensive talent that is Draymond Green is in the best form of his career. We're witnessing a special menace on this end of the floor in terms of Green's overpowering rotations, long strides he can make up with how fast he is, and his timing and IQ are utterly, extremely elite. Draymond's the only reason why last year the Warriors were the only non-playoff team in the top 10 in defensive rating, as they rank number 5. Our next reason for how the Warriors are making teams quit is the 17 solid minutes per game they're getting from the Washington Wizards-esque version of Otto Porter Jr. Otto's grabbed at least 1 offensive rebound in the last 3 games, and now he's posted 8 games already in the young campaign of putting up at least 6 points. At his best with his wingspan, Automatic can nail shots over smaller defenders and get into the mid-range to pull up for swift jumpers. Porter Jr. just had a 15-point game where he hit 5 threes off the bench, and Otto can do a little bit of everything, which is where his value really shines through. Otto ranks number 6 on the Warriors in steals and number 7 in offensive rebounds per night. Otto's just a very solid backup to A. Wiggins. It's just great to see Otto healthy. Dunking on his former teammate Cat, Air Canada Andrew Wiggins, the former number 1 pick, finished with a season-high 35 against the team that drafted him. Wiggs has less pressure on him, with Poole breaking out into an 18-point scorer this year, and I've seen Andrew's confidence at a new level this year in terms of his ability to hit big shots. Andrew still needs to stay consistent with his shooting stroke, but his outbursts against Minnesota should give him some momentum. And it's so important that this man stays consistent because Wiggins is such a crucial piece to this top-seeded Warrior team with his size and athleticism on the wing. Iggy misses his fair share of wide-open jumpers, but in terms of his athleticism, the man still has some hops. He can catch lobs and spring up in similar fashion to how he threw it down amidst his prime days in Philly and in his early years in Golden State. Okay, maybe he's fallen off a lot, but the vibes are just right with old Iggy back in the Bay. Against the Pelicans recently, Iggy became the first Warrior reserve since 2017 to post 10 assists in a game. We'll see if the Finals MVP can capture ring number 4 half a year from now in the postseason. I'm going to save most of my Curry analysis for a separate video, which I'll post in a few days or so. Subscribe for that. However, to sum up his recent play quickly, Steph's dropped his first 50-piece of the season after doing that 3 times last year. The chef has adjusted to the new NBA rule with ease, while players in a similarly elite class to him like Damian Lillard, among others, have severely struggled in the new NBA. But as I mentioned in the intro, Steph's posted 5 games already of posting at least 25 points. In addition to the aforementioned 50-piece against Atlanta, Steph posted 36 in Memphis, 45 against the Clippers, and another 2 30-plus point games in the preseason, including a 41-piece. Steph came out of this year's offseason with the same fiery top player mentality that we witnessed in his MVP caliber season in 2021. Even with all he's accomplished, Curry's playing like a man who's got something to prove, which again will be talked about in a separate video, so hit that sub box to stay tuned. Coming off a game where he just posted 11 points, 17 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block, the Warriors' most underrated player by far is KEVON Looney. As Clark Kellogg would say, man's a stat sheet stuffer supreme. With 99 hands, KEVON Looney catches absolutely everything, and what's great about Looney is that after he blocks the shot, he controls the rebound, whether that's tapping it out or snatching it in traffic. Looney's second on the team behind Draymond in offensive rebounds per game. Additionally, KEVON's quickness defensively helped hold Karl-Anthony Towns to 6 for 19 shooting last night. Jordan Poole is still adjusting to his newly tasked responsibility as the Warriors' number 2 scoring option. Being Stephen Curry's right-hand man in the absence of Klay is a big burden for any player to take on, let alone a guy who just turned 22 years of age. Having said that, Jordan's end-to-end ball handling ability has allowed him to do a pretty damn good job so far with the promotion he's been given by Steve Kerr. After playing for many losing teams over the years, it's safe to say Nemanja Bjelica, aka Belly, is happy to be on the 10-1 Dubs, playing alongside the best player in the world. Steve Kerr solidified that statement with this on Tuesday. Steve said, quote, "I think it was a couple games ago, they were walking off the court together and Belly turned to him and said, 'Steph, I love you.'" That just goes to show you the early bromance these two have established. Belly's performed exceptionally well in Golden State Threads, shooting 58% from the field and from deep. As much as people talk about his shooting, which has been incredibly efficient, and while he looks kind of chubby, Belly has underrated agility. Man's capable of defending the perimeter and sticking with quicker guards when he switched onto them. So now for some storytelling regular and advanced stats which fully display how the Warriors have crazily overwhelmed any opponent put in front of them. The Warriors of course have the number 1 record in the league at 10-1 now, even though the graphic says 9-1. They're 5th in offensive rating, but number 1 in all these crucial numbers. The Dubs are 1st in point margin, defensive rating, effective field goal percentage, defensive rebound rate, fast break points per game, and assist rate. How good are the Warriors in your opinion? And if I get a ton of responses, I'll bring back Community Speaks at the end of my videos and feature the top rated answer. Also, I'll start doing my yearly giveaway again, and I could be giving away something as early as a month or 2 from now, given the new year is right around the corner, so leave your take on that question in the comments. This was D-Flow, and I'll see you next video.